Welcome back to Wicked F150. So today's video is a new interior map light from F150 LEDs. It's their updated new map lights. So I've actually went and tried to change these before, but it's not an actual bulb. It's just like the little wire LEDs. So it's awesome that there is actually a company that makes these, so you can, make them a little bit brighter, so they're not so dull and just old looking, and you can actually see what you need to see. So this is the box that they come in. Let's open these up. See if I can do this one hand. Which I appreciate the one guy on here that commented on telling me how to open parts out of a box, doing it one-handed. I'm supposed to use two hands and all of that. So thank you, I appreciate that. I wasn't sure on how to open a box, but anyway. So once you open them up, these are the lights that come that are inside, and let's go ahead and remove the upper panel here. This is of course where they're going to go. You just got to pull this down. It's just held in with clips. Let's do that now. All right, so I just pulled it down. I'm leaving it hanging so you can see where the clips are. Now of course, hangs like this. You need to pry. There's a clip here, here, and then one down here towards the front of the truck, and the same on the other side, as you can see. And then it will hang here. There's a plug here and a plug up there. It looks like that's all that's connecting it to the roof itself. You may have different wires or anything like that, depending on what you have. Of course, I do have the sunroof, so that may be an extra wire. This one is for the rear glass, so if you don't have the movable glass, you wouldn't have this plug, I assume. But let's go ahead and unplug these and pull it down. Nope, third plug, the big one on the end. Didn't see that one, so let's add that. Okay, so there's two T15 Torx bits, one here on this side and then one here on this side. And then you just need to pop open the clip here. This little clip is just clipped onto that. You pry up on this piece and just pull it out. Show you this side so you can see what I mean. Right there, you just pry up and pull it out. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Almost, but no, hold on. All right, so I got one in. Of course, once you pry this little section up, it's got a cord here, so I'm just leaving that in. But these are the lights themselves. These are the stock ones. You notice how short the strip is. That's just power. But this is the new F150 LED one plugged in, and that's how long theirs is. The back is quite similar. It just doesn't have the little barcode that the stock one has. But the bulb underneath is, of course, the difference. Now, to put them in, I will try to show you on this one as best I can. But if you notice, this one has three little white things on top of the circuit itself. This one only has two, and they're a little smaller. So that's how you pull it off. But that's also how it's held into place. It's just plastic. So you have to be really careful not to break these off. Not sure how I didn't break those two off. This one is basically gone, but it's enough to hold it in. This one is great. But to get it back in through the little holes, that was a little tougher. I just used tweezers and pinched it smaller to get it in through the hole. You could use needle nose pliers, anything, just to pinch it smaller. And then push it on as much as you can. And then I use the tweezers to help pull it through and just get it to where it's snug, to where it sits, flush, of course, with the bracket that holds it onto the lens then itself. But I want to go ahead and, while the stock one's in and the new F150 LED one, plug it back in so you guys can see the difference in the lighting. Okay, so you should be able to tell which one is the new one. Obviously, the one on the left, the driver's side, is the one I changed already, and then the right-hand side, passenger side, is the stock bulb. Now, of course, the stock ones are the LED strips still, but obviously they have the new F150 LED strip is obviously a lot wider. It's obviously a lot brighter. Of course, I mean, it's daylight, but you can see the glare coming off this one on the camera. LEDs always do that. Well, any light, but LEDs are real bad about the glare on cameras. But you can tell that this one obviously puts out a lot more light. Let me turn that off here for a second. Okay. You can tell it puts out a lot more light than the stock on the right-hand side. So let's go ahead and do the other one and get it done. And to do this, so you just pull this out, pull the chip out, the little circuit strip. You just pull that out of where it connects here. And then this one, we're going to pry these up and try to squish them in a little bit so we don't break them off. Let's see here. So, of course, I'm using tweezers because as small as these are, I find that's a little easier to work with than needle nose, and they're a little wider, so I can pinch more of the plastic. See if we can get that, because if you can tell, it has a little ring on the bottom. I want to try to get that squished in so it doesn't pop this whole piece off. I'm going to go ahead and continue to do this, and I'll be back. Alright, so as you can see, I broke the bottom one off again. That one, I'm telling you what, it just must be a pain. But, so that is what's left after squeezing them to get them a little thinner and pulling the light off out of it. For some reason, I broke that one again. But, this one's flush and stuck in there, so 2 seems to be good enough. If you have any issues with that, let's go ahead and get that one, the new one, on, and use the tweezers to help pull this through the hole on the light. Before we put that in, I do want to show you guys the difference in the bulb. So this is the new one, of course, and that is the old one. So, I mean, you can tell it's a huge difference in the bulb. This one's definitely orange. This one's obviously the clear yellowish bulb, but it's the clear LED. That's normally how the clear bulbs look. So, I mean, you have that. Plus, you do have this 3M as well, but to help stick that on there. In case you do break all of them off and you can't reuse them, just the 3M will hold there. But I just want to make sure I showed you guys the difference in the bulb. It's bigger. It's obviously the clear instead of the yellowish tint to them. And the cord itself is double the size. Yeah, at least double the size. So let's go ahead and get this one in. All right, so I actually ended up cutting off the rest of the white, just leaving very little because it's just too bendable. It's too soft of a plastic to be able to get it through there. It was too wide and squishy to get it through the little holes. So I ended up just trimming it down to where it was harder and then shoving that through. And then, of course, it's held on with those two and the 3M tape. So it's stuck on there pretty good. And then you just take this and, of course, plug it in carefully back into the slot because you don't want to break the strip off the little chip on the end. And it's in. Make sure it's all the way in here. Again, tweezers. I don't care if it's the bathroom or the garage, they can be your best friend. And taking the 3M tape off. Because I don't have nails enough to pull that stuff off. Alright, and the chip is in. So we are good to go. It is that easy. 10 minutes, if that, to do this. So check them out. Of course, the link is in the description, as always. F150LEDs.com for, of course, all your lighting needs for the truck. They own the trucks themselves, so they know what works, what's good, what'll last. Check them out. This is their new updated bulbs for the interior, so I think they're great. I think they look great. You saw what one looked like before we go. Let's go ahead and button this back up and see what both of them look like. And back together. So I'm telling you, this is literally under 10 minutes. It's super simple to do. The plastic, of course, probably does look like a little bit of a pain, which, I mean, it's not the easiest. It's not a just plug it in, but still, this is less than 10 minutes of your time to make the interior look nicer for yourself, anybody that, you know, rides in your truck. But it also, of course, is going to put out more light. Like, even in the daylight, I can tell that, you know, it's going to be brighter when I need to actually use these lights. Before we go, of course, do not forget about the giveaway from F150 LEDs. You guys, you watching, share it, tell your friends, family, people you hate. It really doesn't matter. We got to hit 5,000 subscribers before the giveaway starts. So we have hit our mark on Instagram, but of course, feel free to jump over there and follow along. But here we need 5,000. We're sitting at about 4,900. So we need at least like 100 people to subscribe to this channel before this giveaway starts. It is the interior ambient lighting kit that I've shown, the cargo and tag light combo for the back, and a set of these. So share it, like it, follow, get everybody you know to do the same, and to actually enter once we hit this, the subscriber number, 5,000. I will announce that it has officially started, and you have to go to the Facebook page or Instagram and message or comment on the post for the giveaway a picture of your truck. And that is how you will then be entered, and some 3 random people, or 2 maybe, for the cargo and these, I'll make it all one big combo. But that is how people will get picked. So get on it. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out the links, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a great week. Happy holidays.